Welcome back to Auto Street, everyone. Today, I'm taking you on a journey through one of the most anticipated super grand tourers to hit the roads in 2026, the Aston Martin Vanquish. We're going to dive deep into everything interior, exterior, performance, and what it's going to cost you. If you're dreaming of style, power, and utter luxury, stick around, because this might be the one. Imagine slipping behind the wheel and looking out through a wide panoramic windscreen at crisp, sculpted body lines. The 2026 Vanquish carries Aston Martin's signature elegance, a long bonnet, short rear deck, aggressive stance, low profile, and then it adds everything you ever wanted in styling. The front end features a bold grille, massive air intakes, sleek LED matrix headlights that sweep into the fenders, and sharp sculpted creases along the hood. From the side you'll notice prominent wheel arches, 18 to 21-inch wheels that fill them beautifully. And a fast roofline tapering into a muscular rear haunch. The rear is dramatic, quad exhaust tips, an active rear diffuser, and a spoiler that pops up at speed. The taillights are slim, wrapping around to give that sort of glowing signature at night. Every panel seems to have been shaped by wind, with functional vents and air ducts ensuring performance isn't sacrificed for looks. Inside Auto Street's lens, the cabin of the Vanquish feels like stepping into a bespoke atelier. Soft leather everywhere, contrast stitching, hand-sewn seams, supple Alcantara or optional full-grain hides, touchpoints are impeccable. The seats hold you firmly, yet cocoon you in comfort. In terms of tech, the dashboard presents a beautifully integrated digital driver display, with a wide central touchscreen angled slightly toward the driver. Aston has included the latest infotainment system, fast responses, crisp graphics, wireless connectivity, multiple USB-C ports, over-the-air updates. There's ambient lighting with dozens of color options, a configurable heads-up display, surround sound audio with immersive speakers that makes every engine growl or exhaust crackle feel alive. Rear seat space is rare for a car like this. If you opt for the 2+2 configuration, you'll find enough room for shorter journeys, though best suited for luggage or occasional passengers. Materials are high quality, carbon fiber trim optional, polished metals, hand-brushed aluminium surfaces, artisan wood or gloss piano black inserts, depending on what package you choose. Comfort is excellent, quiet cabin, dual zone, or even 4-zone climate controls, heating, cooling, massage options in front seats, and plenty of storage, though always limited in a car that emphasizes form as much as function. Stepping into how it drives, under the bonnet sits either a twin-turbocharged V8 or possibly a hybrid-assisted V12 variant depending on market. Power output begins around 700 horsepower for the V8, torque in the order of 800 Nm, with the hybrid V12 pushing beyond that. The 0-100 km/h sprint takes roughly 3.2 seconds in its most powerful configuration, with 0-200 km/h achieved in somewhere between 9 and 10 seconds. Top speed is in excess of 320 km/h, 200 mph, depending on model. Handling is sharp, adaptive suspension, rear-wheel drive with sophisticated electronic differential, optional all-wheel drive in some regions, carbon ceramic brakes for excellent stopping power. Weight distribution is near ideal, aided by lightweight materials, carbon fiber, aluminum, and a chassis tuned for both grand touring comfort and spirited driving on winding roads. Steering is direct, feedback surprisingly engaging for a car this luxurious. You'll have driving modes, comfort, sport, track, each altering suspension stiffness, throttle response, exhaust note. In sport the engine roars, the exhaust pops, the car feels alive. In comfort you glide over imperfections, the cabin remains serene. And noise insulation remains excellent unless you demand spine-tingling volume with windows down or exhaust wide open. Let's talk about practicality and daily usability. The luggage capacity is decent in the front boot, if you have the layout with front trunk, and trunk space in the rear is usable though not enormous. Fuel economy won't win awards, expect high consumption in and around town, especially with the bigger engine, but on highway cruising it improves somewhat. Maintenance will require attention. Servicing an Aston Martin isn't like being a regular dealer customer, but ownership comes with prestige, exclusivity, and craftsmanship that many enthusiasts find worth the effort. Now, for the price, always the question that brings reality into the dream. In markets like the UK and Europe, the base Vanquish V8 standard trim is expected to start somewhere around £300,000 to £350,000, depending on options. In the United States, pricing may begin near $400,000 to $450,000, before taxes and destination fees. If you step up to the hybrid V12, or full options special paint, bespoke interior trims, carbon fiber packages, you could easily be pushing past $550,000 or more. In premium tax locations, import duties, sanction fees, transport, luxury taxes will add substantially. For buyers in Asia or the Middle East, pricing often reflects those extra costs. Expect markups. But what you get is almost unmatched exclusivity, performance, and prestige. Taking into account warranty, servicing, insurance, and depreciation, an Aston Martin Vanquish is an investment not just financial but emotional. It holds appeal among collectors, connoisseurs, and anyone who wants supercar performance wrapped in grand touring comfort. AutoStreet's verdict? The 2026 Aston Martin Vanquish manages to balance artistry, power, and luxury in a way few cars can. The exterior turns heads even in the most crowded of showrooms, the interior makes you feel pampered yet in control, performance is blistering but never brutal to live with on long drives, and though the price is steep, for what you're getting, the value is real for those who can afford it. If you're considering this Vanquish as your next automotive passion, make sure to test drive both the standard and high-powered versions, configure it with the exact materials that speak to you, and expect to be impressed. Thanks for riding along with this deep dive on the 2026 Vanquish here on AutoStreet. If you liked this review, smash that like button, subscribe so you don't miss upcoming reviews, drop in the comments what you want me to cover next, maybe comparisons with rivals, styling options, ownership experience. Until next time, enjoy the drive, stay passionate, and I'll catch you in the next video.